be out of there.
It's just, you know why it's going to be out of there? Because welcome to the Chosen Bible Study, everyone. It's great to have everyone here. And it's so good to see everyone. It's good to begin the Chosen Bible Study with you right now. Nothing was happening before. Like that, it was just a black void right before this moment. Right now. So, all right, so we're doing episode 5, which is the wedding in Cana. As you can tell, prepared today. Yeah, the wedding in Cana. And this episode is really cool, I thought. There's some oddities in it, but one of my favorite things about the Chosen episode so far is all these things over the years that I have painstakingly tried to explain to people and try to explain to myself about what the culture of that day was, and try to understand, so you can understand these stories. And it explains it so well. Like, it does such a good job of just showing it. And a lot of the video clips I have today actually show that. And I'll give you an example. We'll get you guys talking here in a little bit. I think one of the great examples of that is when Nicodemus, right in the top, is talking to John the Baptist in prison, and he's talking about make straight the paths, and that was a Caesar mantra, that they are making the paths straight for Caesar as he's coming and visiting Judea, that they're like paving the roads and all of that. So I have that clip. We'll watch it because the people that are watching recorded don't know where these things are. It is at minute 5 and 50 seconds. Never mind.
The story is mystically lost. Breathe the coming king. Make straight the way for the king, they shout. Prepare the way.
The roads in Jerusalem do not have the same problem, but I don't remember this.
I had to move. Romans aren't kind to the homeless. Lost all my possessions.
And in Jerusalem are frightened as well.
Oh, we're lucky to have you to come with. For a price, of course.
Should we be clearing the road for you, John? Is that the point of this story?
I don't like your frock. The cost of the vestments alone could feed 3 children in Nazareth for a month.
Do you hail from Nazareth?
And Jericho, and Bethlehem, Jaffa, Hebron.
I see. Well, you have a new home now. Whatever your mission was, I hope you completed it.
But you're here to ask about miracles.
That's all we get. That's it. So what I liked about that, especially at the beginning, is the whole make straight. Like the Romans came and they're like, make way the way for Caesar. Make way for the king. Like, make his path straight. And I like that because John the Baptist also is using that same language. And in The Chosen, it's doing a really good job of showing the tension between how these people are used and abused by kings, by the ruling powers, by all this stuff. And I thought that was a great way into the kind of shows how everything is kind of viewed there. All right, so what do you guys think of this episode? What really stood out to you? The lynch party back there. Like, that's you guys first.
What you just showed it stuck out.
Do what?
When you just showed
What I just showed it stuck out? Yeah. It's really all you can remember from it, right? Like, that's the
Thomas.
Yeah. So Thomas is in it.
Not that I knew that Thomas was a wine cellar.
Yeah. Like that's Thomas. Thomas is in it, and his role. How would you describe how is he's presented in this?
Or he
He's a
comes into
planner.
it as a server of wine, but he's presenting, the whole role behind it is he keeps showing his doubts. Do I need another bottle, another jug of wine? Will they stand up on the road? Then when he gets there, we're gonna run out. Only use 3/4 of a cup of serve. He's always doubting, and he doubts that Jesus is gonna do anything with the water. Doubts that it's good when he's not. So they're building up the whole case of doubting Thomas.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, they're definitely doing that. And it's interesting that they're presenting him as kind of a meticulous counter.
Yeah.
You know, like that he's, it's kind of accountant, which Matthew's kind of that way, but they're kind of.
Undercover tax collector.
Yeah, it's an undercover tax collector. And so like that, I mean, he's really, I think, they made him a little one note because I think they're trying to get him to prove a point later on. But I imagine they're going to use that for other things too. But they really this is a guy who it's and I
Questions everything.
questions everything.
Yeah.
I understand this at a fundamental level. Whenever Coley and I, when we go on vacation,
Never pack.
no, wait. Two grown people that have no children should not pack a car the way that we do. We should have day bags. This is it. Like over there, and we have. Well, it might rain one day. You know, it's like maybe I'll get a little bit of food on a pant leg. Gotta have another pair. You know, like that. Like it's over. Like, and so I kind of understand the Thomas character.
I pack like that just to have options.
Yeah, just have options.
Well, some days you get up and you want to wear blue.
I mean, yeah. There's some days when I want to wear jeans, not when I don't want to wear jeans. That's not true. That's not true. But yeah. So the Thomas character I thought was pretty interesting.
Is it Thomas who doubted the Jesus when he came back?
Yeah. So what's also interesting about this one is in Jesus' resurrection narrative, Thomas, he's doubting Thomas, that they're in the upper room and the disciples are like, Jesus came back. And Thomas is like, oh, really? Like, until I see his hands and sides. What I think is interesting about this one is that, and it's just a nice little nudge. That story, doubting Thomas, is in the Gospel of John. It's not in the other Gospels. And the wedding in Canaan is also in the Gospel of John. And so that's like they're not going to be able to keep it clean the way that they're doing this. But that's a nice little introduction to wedding in Canaan and doubting Thomas. That's the same. It's in the same Gospels of John, which that's a cool little connection.
I had a point to make.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that episode.
What?
In a year or so.
In a year?
And I've watched it 2 or 3 times. And that's interesting. That
You upset Ozzy with that.
That you said it came from John.
Yeah.
Because that's the first time that Mary asked her son to perform a miracle. And John went back and wrote the history of Mary. Did he not? He got perspective from her.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah. No, it's cool. It is cool. And so, why is it doing that? Anyway, it doesn't matter. It is cool. Like that. That's just quoting The Hangover here. And so.
Yeah.
So what?
I don't think anyone else would have written that.
Yeah.
Except John.
Okay. Yeah. So what else? What else did you think was interesting? What else stood out to you in this episode?
I tell you what I didn't find interesting how they used to make wine.
Oh, really? You didn't like the foot? He washed his feet with some water.
Yeah, I didn't see his wife wash it.
And then walked across the sand.
Like that, bro.
Yeah.
You what?
If you go to Italy, they still make wine like that.
That's
why I drink tequila.
That's
You should watch how they make that.
you got the sommelier and they're like smell, they're like, it tastes like a nutty flavor.
You know?
Corn, maybe.
Yeah, it's the feet. That's
the discussion when the disciples are walking and they're not following yet.
yeah.
But it's also interesting what they're talking about, and you hear Peter talking in terms of a Messiah. He wants a war. He's looking for a
Yeah. So they're walking. They want to be big and important.
I thought it was cool, just the awkwardness, like how they portrayed that. Like when they first meet up and they're just like,
Yeah.
oh, hey, what's up? Like,
yeah, all these
strangers
other
and
guys.
people, just start going together, and that would be kind of at first like, oh, God chose. Why did Jesus choose this guy? Like,
yeah.
And
they bring that up. I got clips for a lot of this stuff, and we're going to talk a bit more about all this stuff. But yeah, near the end of this episode, also, they're like, he's not choosing the best. like that's.
They're starting to put it together.
Yeah. They're like
the stonemason.
Yeah. It's like you guys are ruffians and
Misfits.
Don't tell Peter you worked on a toilet.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Don't tell.
Sacrilegious, but when they were walking, I like to think it was probably good at his band, the Merry Men.
Oh yes,
with Big John.
Yeah. So one of the first clips that I have is when it's the one David brought up about the wine and them pressing the wine with their feet, and I thought this was an odd clip for me. I liked it, and yet I was kind of tired with it all at the same time. But how his wife, how Eden, how she responds to Peter telling her that he's going to start following this other guy. So we'll watch it.
What did you just say? No, it's like the story of Elijah and Elisha.
Yeah, I like this.
Yes. Elisha was flying 12 yoke of oxen, and Elijah the prophet just walked up and finished a couple of them. I called him to follow him.
And without delay, Elisha slaughtered the oxen, burned the plow, and left everything behind.
Yes. The teacher. Henry told me, but I didn't believe him at first. Please understand. I know it sounds impossible, but I saw it with my own eyes. He moved was a fish appeared out of nowhere, and the words he spoke, and what John told Aaron was the Lamb of God who takes away the sin of the world. It was him. And then he called me to follow him, and Andrew, James, and John to go where he goes and to learn from him. And he said that I wouldn't be a bishop anymore, but that I would catch people instead. I don't even know what that means, but I'm sure what I saw. He's the one who's been waiting for all our lives, and I want to go fishing and leave the city behind to go. I know it makes no sense, and I know it will make you upset. All I can tell you is, this is... Oh, how does it make sense? Come here. This man I You couldn't make this up. Of course he chose you. I know. I try to tell him I'm a sinful man.
Everyone's
I don't know what this means. I don't know yet how I'm going to provide.
just care about that.
I'm going to get.
That's all you get. I like that clip for two reasons. One, like going through this latest sermon series with the First and Second Kings, like they're near the end of it, like I kind of talked about it for a little bit, but it came across some stuff on that kind of adjusted my entire theology and how I view things, especially in the Old Testament, which is kind of wild. And in seeing how that call of Elisha, which calling Elisha here. Like that's, well, it's, I didn't realize that we're talking about someone's aunt, but that's like that's, but when he's calling Elisha, like in how much it's like the disciples, that it's, he was fine with his wealth and all the oxen, and then, and he's like, come and follow me. He's like, all right, like here, I guess we'll go do this now. And what I thought was so, how much it was like the disciples and how that's adjusted my whole theology is that Elisha really is the beginning of the way of the Messiah. That you have kind of the way of kings presented before. Because, I said it on Sunday, I'll say it again here. David was a man after God's own heart, yes, but David was deeply flawed. His biggest flaw was that he was a man of war, he was a man of power. And Elijah, for how great Elijah is, and he's great, is a same man of war. He killed hundreds of people on top of mountains and things like that. And in the calling of Elisha is this rotation into the way of the Messiah. And you get that as we go into the minor and the major prophets and that. And it probably means nothing to you guys, but that was a cataclysmic shift for me in seeing that. And it changed how I viewed a lot of stuff. And I just thought it was really pretty doing that. The other thing, I've been doing a lot of talking, but I'm going to talk through this one for a second. The other reason why I really like this clip is how they presented Simon's wife. That she saw in what he was doing now. He was always kind of running from his responsibilities and skirting all that stuff. And he's not running from himself now. And I thought that was a very beautiful way, like him becoming a disciple, becoming Peter, I thought that was a really beautiful way of her seeing this is who she saw all along. And he's falling in line with that. I thought that was like a really pretty moment in that it was, she was almost like standing in as the church in that moment and going like, yeah,
he's lied to her so many times that she knows when he's lying.
Yeah.
But the conviction in his voice there as he was speaking, she knew he was telling the truth.
Yeah.
That's why she didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah. Like in that, and I love that she says like, this is who I marry. Like that, just a pretty moment like that there. I don't know, did that one hit you? Anyone else? At all in any other way?
Yeah, it shows like her faith, just not just his faith.
That's good.
That it shows her faith.
Yeah.
That she can just say, go. Like,
yeah.
We'll get it, get along.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
Yeah. And there is a moment where he's like, I'm worried I'm going to make it hard for you.
She's like,
she's like, when has it been easy?
Yeah.
Tell me. That was a good. And as we're having this conversation, they've named her Eden. I don't know if they're running off of any historical precedent for that, or if they named her that. But that's in by me saying, like, you talking about her faith, her seeing in that, me kind of saying that she's kind of standing in for the faith. And I wonder if they have her in that role and have named her Eden, because it's like the Garden of Eden. That's kind of what the church is meant to be in the perfect thing is the coming. Garden of Eden is where our space and God's space are overlapping. It's like a Venn diagram with no outside. That's the Garden of Eden. And so that's what the church is supposed to be, but I mean, you dirty sinners ruin it. But like that, but
Only follow Louis.
yeah. Like that's it. If only you guys could be as holy as me in my borrowed chair. That's yeah. And so so we talked about, let's see, like Thomas worrying about everything. So the other thing that I liked here is, let's talk about all the planning getting up to the wedding. I don't have a lot of clips of this because it was so dispersed throughout the whole thing. But all of the history of explaining, if they were trying to make a good movie, they could have been a little more subtle about it. But they're creating this show to kind of show us a point of kind of like they're trying to create this moment of where so that we could understand why, oh man, you ran out of wine. Because if you're at a party at my house and I ran out of
Send somebody.
you just go, you're like, oh, we'll just go get some more, or it's like, oh well, type of thing like that. The party may end sooner or something like that. Like that's, but we have other shame things that if you did something wrong, we just don't operate in that currency, that social currency. And so them going out of their ways to kind of show that, I thought was really interesting. Do you guys have any? Did that hit you at all, like with the wedding shame?
It struck me that there was this tension between the two families, the wealthy family and the bride's family being less wealthy. But they chose to show it in interesting ways, but it was not quite square. But it's beautiful, and they decorate it anyway. And then the wealthy wife comes and says, "Oh, it's crooked."
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
But I think they're showing the difference in, I don't want to say this, life is broken.
Yeah.
And yet it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And there's this other's view that it has to be perfect.
Yeah.
And it never will be.
Yeah.
And so running out of the wine, they were so terrified that they ran out of wine because the other family is wealthy. What are they going to think of us?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mary said, "Oh, don't worry.
Yeah.
There's more checks mixed in the cupboard."
Yeah, there's more checks in it. Like pulling the old jokes there, pulling the old jokes. What was I? Oh man, I had a great thing to add to that. Oh well, I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Okay. It was. We were going to rebaptize all you guys today. After you heard that, it was going to be incredible. Gosh, I can't remember what it was. Oh, I remember what it was. It was Jesus coming in. Like Mary's like, oh, my son's going to come, and like so they're worried about the numbers, and then Jesus brings in like 10 extra people. Mm-hmm. Like I get like that's which I was like that's kind of a funny thing. Like that's like good thing he did that miracle. And so
9+9.
Yeah.
He had to come, you wouldn't.
And they were some drinkers too.
Yeah, they're like going down on it. He could have been like you guys, like this family, like that's just
stand
like
in the corner,
drink the water, and so but it's and that's just in the show, But I like the humanizing nature of it. But I also kind of like that some of the problem was because of Jesus, and that he's bringing more people in. Like I liked that aspect of it. That because in all honesty, there's sometimes we have baptisms. I think we discussed this with your guys baptism a little bit, although we wanted that specific day.
Yeah.
But when there's a family who's not really part of the community here that just wants to come and they want to get baptized, and we're doing the Sunday conversation, and some of these families want to bring like 30, 40 people in, and it's like all of a sudden we got 30, 40 people in on Sunday morning, and it's always the second service too, and it's like there's like that's hard to fit, in second service, and we make it work every time. Well, there's a lot of times I do Saturday baptisms when that happens, just because it's fun, but it's a reality. We're not going to see these people again either. Over the most likely. I mean, maybe I should have more faith, but that's
just the size of a mustard seed.
Yeah, just the size of a mustard seed. So, are you saying I have it now? It's all I need. And so, but I thought it was just very interesting that Jesus was part of the problem with it. I really liked that view. of it. And oh yeah, well, we'll talk about that at the end. So we were talking about Simon and Andrew walking to meet Jesus, and they find out that they're nowhere near the first ones type of thing, right? Like there's someone like the whole merry band of travelers there together. But before they see them, Simon and Andrew are having a conversation where they're worried about doing the wrong thing. And I thought this was good.
But I said, I don't want to let him know. I don't want to do it wrong. Come on, we'll probably both do it wrong. It's like fishing. Remember when that was? That didn't teach us anything. We just sat there and watched. And it was our turn and we made our mistakes.
They weren't good fishermen, though, were they?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. But I like that. I'm worried about doing it wrong. And they say that phrase a lot there. Do you guys remember what it is? We sat and we watched and we learned. What do you think of that phrase? And are they? I've not watched past, today's episode, which means I'm one ahead of time. So like that. Did I say that out loud? But like, how does that hit you? That phrase, like that. I thought that was a very interesting phrase that I'm not sure if I agree with. And I don't know where they're going to go with in this story. They're definitely setting it up where Simon is. It's just like our dear old dad, where we're supposed to just watch it, and then we'll know what to do. What do you think of that phrase? Do you like it? Do you not?
I think that might have been his expectation.
Okay.
At that time.
Yeah.
Because
whose expectation?
Peter's.
Okay. Yeah. So that's
that they don't know what they're getting into. They have no clue.
Yeah.
So everyone's just kind of like, well, what is this going to be? What are we going to do? What does this mean to follow Jesus?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
we're gonna watch him. We're gonna watch him.
Peter's tactic would be, I'm just gonna observe.
That's good. Anyone else have any thoughts about it? Anyone want to say? I mean, do they bring this back up later? Do you know? Do you remember? No, it's gone. Yeah. So I just thought that was an interesting thing that he's saying that we're going to. The reason why I bring it up is in the Gospels, like Jesus sends them out 2 by 2, and I kind of wonder if that blows it up when that happens. And so your mom just sent me a clip. I know you're not with your mom all the time.
Yeah.
But that's your mom. Like on Sunday, she's like, "Look at this crap from The Chosen. Is this in the Bible?" And it was Jesus sending them out 2 by 2. And so I was having a Facebook conversation with your mother.
Yeah, she told me.
Yeah, did she? Oh, see, you did know.
It was Friday, but
yeah. It was Friday. Oh. Like the only day I have is today. Like that. And I just thought that was interesting. And then the one Vance brought up as we're going through here is Simon's desire for power. He's like, why are we going to this wedding? Why are we going to this wedding? The important people at this wedding? Like that's, and you can see it already. And man, I thought they did a great job of showing it.
I know that book. Yes, I This wedding is worth a journey for you. There's so much to do. Perhaps it's also worth a journey for Jews. Really important and powerful people for you. Possibly. Greetings, sir. Most important and powerful person I know. Mother. Isn't the one from Nazareth? You should announce this up to the guests, right? There'll be no Romans. Seems like the perfect place to gather among followers. See, this I'll be moving. It's not my special day, son. It's a special day of the couple, Asher and Sarah. They are blessed to have you at their wedding. Do they know what I'm walking in? Well, considering that I was a clumsy teenager who cracked my head open in ashes when he was a child, I don't think he finds me hard. Do you think much of your childhood friends? I didn't have any. I don't know. I snapped right there, he had me. Mostly service. I don't know how the kids exactly lining up around the block, man. Do you think that having brothers will be like this? I always wanted brothers to the girl. So you'll have 12. You tell me how you like it. 12. You'll see. Getting close now. Cana is you.
It's so good.
Like it's a great like the way they just kind of show don't look at that yet. The way they show the power dynamic and their just desire for it's like you're the Messiah. Let's get the ball rolling. Like that's like we're gonna make this happen. We're gonna get followers here. We're gonna get followers there.
Got the clipboard.
So we're gonna start taking names. Yeah, like we're gonna get signatures. Yeah, we're gonna make a super PAC out of this. It's gonna be amazing, right? Like that's and it's great. It's a great way of absolutely showing that. Tell me what else stood up to like that. That's what else?
I don't know if Jesus is ignoring when Simon's talking, or he can already see what he's after. By speaking the way he is, he's like, oh, this guy's only worried about. He's only worried about meeting. He's not here for what the journey at hand. He's here to.
He's already going
his own portfolio to grow his own portfolio.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's ignoring it or he's just staying quiet.
Well, it's like I don't know. Yeah. What do you? So you don't know. What do you think? What do you think? Because it's good writing.
Jesus' facial gestures, I feel like he's ignoring it, but I feel like he's going to keep that in the back of his head. He's always going to know. I mean, he's already had to talk to. He's already had to talk to him on the boat back when they were on the beach, and he was like, "Hey, I got to talk to this guy one-on-one because not believing."
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think he sees it.
So think about this, because this is where my mind went with it. Is you got to be in charge of people. And there's some guys that you're in charge of. They're good at their job. Sometimes they're just kind of dumb, And yelling at them or laying into them isn't going to do much. It's just going to slow things down, And so you just distract them for a moment and you get back to work, or it's like some witty thing. Like it just kind of reminds me of like you could see that there's potential in somebody, but there's still kind of that old way, and you're just like, okay, like that's
instead of responding, he's like, just wait and see. You'll get it.
Yeah.
Longer. And I'm not going to explain because you're going to argue with me anyway.
Yeah. You're just gonna, or you'll be, you're not. Yeah.
This is the beginning of.
Yeah. This is the beginning of the Jesus always has a red forehead, because he's just like that's.
I think all.
In fairness, they weren't expecting the Messiah to be Messiah. They were expecting the king. So they're thinking, okay, you're the Messiah. You should be doing these things.
You're going to raise yourself up.
Yeah.
You're going to raise yourself up. Yeah, there's all these important Hebrews are going to be there. Like that's, and I love that. Like there's going to be the most important one I know. It's like, oh, really? It's like my mother. Like, and then through the bite of an apple. Like witches, it's such the sticks. Yeah, it's such an astute joke. Because it's teaching you so much. You were going to say something.
I think that throughout the Gospels, and when you just focus on Jesus, like you see that all the time in any of the stories where he's teaching his disciples he has every moment to be frustrated or to come back with sarcasm or ridicule or to rebuke them. And most of the times he just teaches them or explains it in a parable or like a lesson. Yeah. And so I think that's him doing a good job in that moment of just like, hey, I know what you're wanting me to go to, but I'm just going to say this and you're going to
He's kind of herding cats.
Yeah, he's just he's like, I'm gonna guide it back to where I want your
Yeah.
mind to go, without rebuking you, without telling you stop thinking like that.
It's not our special day,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, that was a great way. It's like, and because he keeps pushing it to the little stuff too.
Mhm.
'Cause I like that. I don't have a clip of it, but how he takes none of the credit for the miracle at the wedding. You know, that's because it would have taken away from the special day, and it would have fulfilled then what Peter wanted.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's like, oh, we're like, he starts flexing his. He noticed like Peter or Simon now. It's always suns out, guns out.
I
Like,
would,
yeah.
I would be too.
Yeah,
I would be too.
suns out, guns out, all the time. Like that. That's just constant there. You guys have anything else about that? That's why it's called the Rock.
You got any potato sacks and shorts?
Yeah, that's funny. Let's see. There's also, the wedding had so many interesting parts. It all was really not very good clips, and we'd be watching the whole episode.
Yeah.
But how they are making much about this wedding out of nothing. They just don't have money means, but they keep like just making it happen with all this stuff. So I can't remember what it was called. What was the little structure called? Copa.
Yeah.
Copa.
She fixed it with the flowers. When she put the flowers everywhere, you couldn't see how crooked the crossbeams were.
Yeah.
She dolled it up. She dolled it up.
And I love, there was that one, it was a super fast little quote that she basically said, it's all we could afford. Like that's like, it was, I only caught it through the second watch of the episode.
Right, she was telling the husband like this, because the husband's like, we need to get more, and she's like, that's all.
Yeah, that's all there is. And like Mary was even like, I know the language of the carpenters. Like, don't talk to the carpenters. You know, like they're mad at me already. like that's, you know, because there wasn't enough in there, and just this whole like there's just this humble thing that they're just kind of coming together and making into this nice wedding.
Big things. Like this was an important. Like weddings are for your kids, and so you're wanting that day to be special, and they did a good job making you feel like the nerve, like the tension of like we want it to be great, but we don't have the means to make it great.
We don't have the ability. Also, the groom's dad. The groom's dad, kind of a jerk, kind of an idiot too, right? Like he would just kind of like
The mother too.
Yeah, they're just kind of they were very dim lights the whole time, and I really didn't understand why they presented them like that. Side characters, non-player characters. Yeah, like that. That's like.
Well, I think they were downplaying the wealthy side and talking about the poor.
Yeah.
In a sense, but remember the mother comes and she says she needs to go find a seat for Abner. She said all the seats are assigned, and she said, well, in a special event like this, Abner has a special seat he wants.
Yeah. Which was weird.
Yeah, it's very weird. But more importantly, it's a statement about I'm special, we're wealthy, we can do these things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No,
I'm going to shut up.
No. I think those are all his name was Abner. Is that
the father.
It was an odd character, like because I think they were trying to. What I got from it is that he basically inherited all of his wealth, and that which they said he inherited all of his wealth, but he really wasn't all that smart to begin with. Is how they were presenting him, at least to me. Which is, I think, is why he wanted the seeds, because he had all of this wealth and he kind of wanted to flaunt it. But remember, whenever he would talk, he would lose track of what he was saying, unless he pre-gamed the wedding.
He woke up drinking.
Yeah, he woke up.
100%. That's all he was worried about was that wine.
Yeah. That's all he wanted. That's all he wanted. And let's see. Okay, so this next clip I have is when Nicodemus and John are talking in the prison. And I like how they're doing John here, where he's saying all the stuff. And this also is a very Gospel of John the Baptist. JTB is what we call him. You know me? Like that. That's and so like this is a very Gospel of John the Baptist coming out in this section, because the beginning of John just sounds like it here. So and there's this clip where he and Nicodemus are talking, and John says it's like, oh, what? Like this happened with the demons? How many demons? Like it has begun. So it's
multiple demons. I saw it myself. They cheered at me from inside and mouth. Nothing could be done for a short miracle.
And you won't save yourself.
He did not reveal his name to it. What?
It has begun.
What has?
It is healing in secret now. Public signs cannot be far.
Public signs? What?
You can say that.
What is his name?
Who has ascended into heaven?
What's his name?
Who has entered the wind is this?
Oh, son to me by mother of
His
his
master the waters.
Hey, no, don't answer me first.
Israel. Benishti Morocco the Lagoon, son of Judah. Who has established all the ends of the earth?
What is his name, and what is the name of his son? You are careless with Torah. God doesn't have a son except Israel. Israel is his only son. What?
Save yourself.
That put a man to death for blasphemy like that.
Who is it? You. It be terrible precedent for Rome to adjudicate.
Never have come here.
All your life you've been asleep. Make straight the way for the king. He is here to awaken the earth. But his son will not want to awaken. They will love the dark. I wonder which one will lead.
If this man is anything that can believe for it exists at all, you should leave this region. Your presence alone puts him in danger.
You think he needs my help? You've heard nothing.
okay. What do you think of that? What is that? What does that all that sound like? As I read.
Yeah, he's quoting all the old prophecies and
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is. It's like, who is he? And it's just saying
He
like,
doesn't have a son.
yeah, he doesn't have a son. You are careless with the Torah. I feel like I've been convicted of that a couple times. you are careless. Like that's. I was trying to. The beginning of John sounds like what he was saying, and yeah, I'm not going to read this whole thing, but I'm going to start reading it, and it's like in the beginning was a Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and he was with God in the beginning, and through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that has been made. And in him was life. He was the light of all mankind. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. There was a man sent from God whose name was John. He came as a witness to testify concerning the light, so that through him all might believe. He himself was not the light. He came only as a witness to the light. The true light that gives light to everyone was coming into the world. And he was in the world, and though the world was made through him, the world did not recognize him. It sounds just like what he's saying. He came to that which was his own, but his own did not receive him. Yet to all who did receive him, to those who believe in his name, he gave them the right to become children of God. Children born not of natural descent, or of human decision, or of husband's will, born of God. And so it kind of just continues going on there. But that's, like, it's, what I really like about this as being a Bible nerd, what I really like about this episode is it's really staying located in the Gospel of John. Like it's all these, like with Nicodemus playing a big part in it, and all these things. Do you guys have anything else about that? So my next clip that I have is them sitting around the table and them realizing that Jesus isn't picking the best, which I thought was one of the better clips.
I don't even know why I'm here. It's usually the students that choose the rabbi, not the other way around. I'm not even a student. Neither was I. That makes introduce you to you. And Jimmy? On a construction job in Bethsaida? Yes, exactly for picking the best and brightest students. But he works.
Until recently. He's not a professional rabbi.
But I thought he has no home and no job.
No permanent home.
He's a stonemason. Like you, a craftsman. He talked as well. He asked me to follow him. He said he was building a kingdom. Fortress stronger than stone, I believe. Are we building in Bethsaida? Public government network? No, but something humbler. What then? It's not proper to say in front of a woman.
I have seen and heard things that would turn your blood to ice.
A dream? Wait, ice? Yes. Our master building a privy. A job is a job. I was cutting stone for the retaining wall, and he was building a ramp of cedar planks. So crippled and yelled and even came to do it without finding his teeth. Why did he heal them so they could mount the steps themselves?
He's always saying his time is not yet come.
Calling your name, the catch of the fish. Why does he stand for miracles then and not others?
Because those were private. He hasn't shown these signs to others publicly yet.
What's keeping him from making his ministry public?
You're wearing clothes to the south or to the east and you cannot say why.
A dream. We better not spread that around.
He doesn't like where he's from.
Not that I know. He'll be surprised.
Good clip. Like there's so much. Like I like how they sneak in there at the end that he was busy building a ramp so that people could get up to it. You know, like that was. It's even in that, like it's showing kind of a different way, but like he's not picking the best or the brightest.
I think there's a humorous piece of I wondered. He says he's a stonemason, and Thaddeus replies and says, "Oh, he's a craftsman." The word in Greek for craftsman, carpenter, are the same.
Oh, they're the same. That's
funny.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, and so then we get to, I don't have a clip of this, but Mary coming up and telling him to turn the water into wine. I don't have that clip. I don't have that clip. So Mary coming up, and here's the reason why, because we'd be watching more and more clips. Because it's connected to the very beginning of the show. So if you remember the very beginning of the episode, it's like boy Jesus, and he's in the temple.
He says it first.
He says it first, and it's like it's his mom's like, it's too early for all of this, and he's like, if not now, then when? And then she throws the dirt right back in his face when she wants that sweet wine. Like that. But
she was holding on to that one.
Yes, she was holding on to that.
That was a long time.
I'll remember that. Wow.
I really want that clip because his reaction to that is perfect.
Oh yeah.
He reacts with a smile.
Yeah. He's like, all right, you got me. You got me on that one.
But he told them that when Simon said, "Why are we going to this wedding?"
Yeah.
He said, "Because of Eve."
But yeah, his mom. Yeah. Yeah.
They didn't say because blah, 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 my buddies, my friends.
Yeah.
Solely because of her.
Yeah. And so she's there and she's like, we need you to do this, which is how it's presented in the Gospel of John. Like that she comes up to him and it's like, hey.
They did good, like showing like the look in each other's eyes, and he could see like her like coming to him, like believing in him, having faith that he can fix it.
Yeah.
And then like his reaction was like the empathy.
Yeah.
And the love.
Yeah.
And they did a good job like visually portraying that between Mary and Jesus.
Yeah.
And the fact that she's asking him to do this not to show off, because they really need this.
Yeah, it's for this family.
This is very important. Yeah. This is not just for you to show off. I don't care if anybody knows that you've done it, but I need you to do it.
That's a great observation on what they did with this, because it shows this way of Jesus,
Because she pulled him to the side.
Yeah.
It wasn't like in front of everyone.
Yeah, she didn't start shaking the tambourines.
Yeah.
Like Jesus, like that. And like that's a great point. And then him doing it, like he's like, Thomas, I even need you to get out.
Yeah.
Yes. Like that's and performs, and the miracle is there, and then Thomas comes in and is just amazed.
But he didn't see him do it, so he doesn't know how still.
Yeah.
Because if he would have watched him, he would have ran out and told everybody right away.
Yeah. So he still doesn't know because he needs to measure, right? Like, and there's no way.
He's thinking there's some kind of trick he pulled or some, hoax or.
Yeah.
Instant wine powder.
And I like what Jesus, instant wine powder. Like it's like how McDonald's makes their shakes. Yeah. So Thomas has a great moment once the change happened, and he's like, I don't even know what to ask or something like that he says, and then Jesus goes, it's good to ask, it's good to measure, and there's such kindness in that, because like Thomas keeps kind of getting made fun of by his little lady friend there about kind of him being kind of anal about all this stuff, and Jesus is like, it's okay to measure. It's good to ask. It's good to measure, and then he tells him, but I'll give you a different way to measure this stuff, and to show how it bends into Thomas's nature and who he is, and calls him from that.
Just like how he told Peter he'll find a different way for him to fish.
Yeah. It's a different way to measure. Yeah, it's a good way. Yeah, it's good. And
Thomas taste the wine. It's been several years since I watched that.
He did it in the show.
Taste the wine?
In John, he doesn't. He draws the wine. And he's told to give it to the master of the master of the banquet.
Yeah.
Who then is the guy who tastes it. He gets excited and says, "This is amazing." Then they give it to the father-in-law.
They saved the best wine for last.
Never. What an honor this is. What an honor is this. The best wine they've ever tasted. And so we're all talking about it now, but it's the toast to the family for doing this honor.
That was a big deal for them.
Yeah.
To be recognized like that.
Yeah. So like that. And again, so this honor keeps being pushed to this family that's struggling. Like that. And that's beautiful in this. And so the last clip I have it's the last clip in this episode, and it's Thomas trying to figure out what's going on.
It's mind blowing.
That should be it for the night. Who is he? I can't pretend we didn't see a miracle. She doesn't see that more than we need.
He invited me to join him. He wants us to meet in this area in 12 days. I don't know what to think.
Don't. What's in your life? Don't think.
Right. I like that was that calling from the midst of who Thomas was. Like for once in your life, don't think. Now, if you're an idiot, maybe Jesus is calling you for once in your life, turn on your brain. Right? Like that. That's but that's for Thomas. You know, like that was always the thing that stuck. And so like that, he's like, just like react on this, react. And I thought that was well done. I thought this episode on a whole was well done. I really admire that most of the storylines were from the Gospel of John, like that they retained that, because John is so different than the other three, and it's, I mean, they're not going to be able to keep that up, but that was just a nice, pretty way of doing it. Like that. Anyone have any other?
Yeah, you missed my favorite part.
What's your favorite part?
Only because it's not real, and that's why it's probably not worth talking about. With the four left legs and Jesus.
Oh yeah, the four left legs.
Just like, can you argue this? Like,
Yeah.
and he's like egging it on, and he's like one of the brothers, and he's like, you know,
that's a good moment.
That's a great moment, because like that's how I see.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't always see Jesus in that way.
Yeah.
And I prayed that night, and I said, Jesus, I hope one day you make fun of me in heaven. Like, I want to have those moments where he like, are you razzing?
It won't be like, well, it won't wait that long.
I'm sure it won't. Right now. I don't like that.
I don't like that. Like this. But it's like, no, that is a great.
And his line, he goes at the end, and he's like, there's some things I can't even say, but now it's like a Jesus burn.
Yeah,
like,
that was
so
the
good.
that I can't even say. That was funny. It's what was I? Yeah, no, that's a great point. And when I gave myself the freedom to be able to see, and not everyone likes this word choice, but like some sarcastic nature coming out to Jesus in the Gospels, it changed the Gospels. I was like, oh, like Jesus is kind of making fun of these people here. You know, where I always just read it where, you know, the picture of Jesus, I think you probably had the same, where Jesus always walked around like this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, ooh, blessings.
Like a Jedi, like
like the Jedi.
Yeah.
You know, just not Anakin, you know.
No.
Killing the babies and like that. But yeah, so that was that you know, that kind of sense, and yeah, and I think this is a very humanizing picture of who Jesus is.
And you saw like the excitement in his eyes, like, oh, this is good. Like, like let's joke about this. Like,
yeah, it's good. And so one thing I want to mention is about this section in John chapter 2. We've kind of run out of time, so we're not going to spend any real time on it. But you have the wedding of Cana. It's John chapter 2. It's right at the beginning. It's right on the top of what Jesus does. And the first story after that, like, so he turns the water into wine. He goes into the temple and he does the cleansing of the temple, where he's, you know, turning over tables and things like that. And I think it's interesting that those two stories in John are together and they're mixed. That you have this image, and then like, so in the Gospel of John, picture that wedding with the boys, and then now he's turning over tables in there. And so John is saying something with those two together. And I'll let you guys ruminate on that. For you know, you think I'm going to answer that next week? Like that's like that. You think I'm going to answer that? Like that. That's let's see.
I don't think so. Right? I don't think so either.
I was getting. Did he? What did you say?
Did they ever show Jesus never drank
So
that?
so all right. Let's talk about that. They never showed Jesus drinking anything, right? So that is 100% intentional. Like
Yeah.
because there's a lot of Christian bodies that like they never really talk about drunk ever. They talk about being, I can't remember, how do they put it, freeing or something like that, like being on the wine a little bit. And I was like, okay, because I was looking for it. Because I grew up in Georgia. I understand like how the anti-alcohol crowd is like that in the Christian body. So that's intentional. What was the other thing that I noticed they did with Jesus? Oh, I didn't write it down either. That's going to bug me. Anyway, next, we have 2 more classes here. July 8th, which is next week, it's episode 6 and 7. And then July 15th will be the last one. That's episode 8. So 2 episodes next time. And it's 6, 7.
Here we go.
Like that's 6, 7. Like that's by all of us giggling at that, that's what ruined it, right? Like that's like these old people.
Feeding them.
Yeah, it's episode because I haven't heard anything about 6, 7 in a long time. Is it done? It's done. Yeah.
I've made it buried a long time.
I made it buried.
Keeps it alive.
Yeah. I think as soon as Target started making pajamas with 6, 7 on the back of the 2 cheeks. I don't know if you guys see those. Like that. I think that's what killed it right there. Like that's.
I heard about a teacher getting their students to stop saying
Oh yeah.
He turned Sweet Caroline into 6,
6, 7. Really?
Yeah.
Da. So good. Yeah. All right. So 6, 7 next week, and then the last one, and we're gonna take at least 1 week off of the Wednesday thing. After that, I will be in Phoenix.
Middle of July.
In the middle of July.
That's crazy.
It's a dry heat. It's a dry heat.
Yeah, it's a dry heat. It's just like your oven. And it's so like that. Like that what?
It's the dry heat.
Is it? Yeah.
There's fires out there too.
And so yeah, I'm gonna be in Phoenix, so we're gonna take a week off, at least 1 week off. We may take 2, but we'll let you know. But it'll probably just be 1.
Are you gonna come back and rise like